MHS Podcast, Talent.
So this next category, Hardiness, I'm really excited about it. So as you probably know, I'm working with Paul Bartone, our new author in this area, and uncovering almost 20 years of research on the significance of this fact. Hardiness consists of three things, really, the three C's as we call it. The first is control, the ability to feel you can control what's going on in your life. Challenge, the idea that that stress is not necessarily a bad thing. It could be a challenging thing that I can deal with. And the whole idea of commitment, the fact that I have a purpose or a reason for what I'm doing that will drive me forward.
Yeah, that whole hardiness piece, the commitment piece, and I think people miss that so often. And a lot of times, the commitment or what's our purpose in life. And if we don't have that, when those roadblocks come up or the obstacles, I think it's so hard just to stop, give up, and maybe go in a different direction when, in fact, we should have hit it head on and really figured out what was going on here and say, you know what, I can push my way through this. And looking at those things in our lives that cause the stress. So what are the stressors that I know this is going to happen throughout the day and it's going to drain my energy, and how do I renew myself from a mental, a physical, or an emotional perspective to be able to step up and keep moving? So it's really an interesting dynamic to me that there's so many factors that play, but they're all fit within those three C's that you just mentioned.
Yeah, it's amazing when you can intervene at each of those levels. How do I gain more control over my environment or myself or those reactions? How do I find that purpose, that thing that's going to drive me? And how do I perceive things as a challenge? And playing around with each of those areas we find has been really interesting with people to see them make those changes and transition the way they deal with life.
Yeah. The interesting thing to me on that, when you see that when somebody is extremely resilient and has this hardiness about them, I hear people say, oh, they were born that way. And they downplay it. I think it's because they're making an excuse for themselves because they haven't found that yet, and just say, well, he was born that way and that's why he's capable of doing it. And they don't recognize all of the experiences in life that have led up to that person being able to have that level of hardiness.
And those are the people who score low in the control factor, right? Because things just happen. There's nothing I can do about it.